Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Bree. We are currently in a different location. We're actually in Boston. So this reading vlog is going to be kind of a travel vlog mixed with some reading. I do have some books to talk to you about, but first let me just show you our view. So this is our current view. Isn't that gorgeous? So we're here for just one more, well, not even a full day. So we were here yesterday. We flew in Saturday night, and then we did all day yesterday at going around Boston. We did we did like the Boston Commons and Beacon Hill and stuff like that. So my sister actually went to school here, so I've been a couple times. This was Noah's first time, and then my sister is here with us. And so I didn't record too much because I think I was just enjoying the moment, trying to like get used to traveling a little bit, but then also like I've been here before, so it wasn't super new to me. But if you've never been, the Boston Commons is beautiful. We walked around there and did some stuff, and I went to a bookstore. And so today we're packing up. We're gonna load the car because we rented a car. And we're gonna go to Harvard area and walk around that, but then we're gonna go drive to Salem and do Salem today, which I'm so excited for. And then after that, we're driving to Cape Cod, where we have an Airbnb, and my parents are gonna meet up with us tomorrow. And then the rest of the week we'll be in Cape Cod. And I'm very excited. This is for my 30th birthday. So we're all coming into town and just gonna have a relaxing, chill time. But I cannot describe to you how excited I am about Salem because I've always wanted to go. And I'm very excited because I think it's hopefully not gonna be as like touristy because we haven't hit full like spooky October season. But let me show you the books I have to start off the reading vlog. Can I set this down somewhere? This is better. Sort of. There we go. Look, I gotta be right in this one. Oh no, that I don't need that.
One for the books.
I can just go like this. Stop trying to bring me the table.
Stop making that your thing.
You guys tried to bring me that table like 4 times, I swear. And every time I'm like, I don't need the table.
You can bring it over if you want.
We've got a ledge. My books are right here. Okay, this is better than holding. And also sorry for the light, but I can't do much about that. So what I brought on the plane as my plane read was the Inheritance games. I've been really into horror right now. And I thought maybe not on the plane ride. So I just decided I'd bring this because I was reading it beforehand and trying to finish it. So I do have only 100 pages. Well, actually now a little less, like 70 pages of it left. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm not loving it. I feel like it's going to be like 3-star energy. I feel like maybe like the end will make me want to know what happens. But overall, I'm just not that intrigued. Like there's supposed to be a game element. And for a game element, like yes, it's a part of it. But I don't know. It feels like it's kind of slow moving for me in terms of like the actual plot. Like I was hoping for more crazy twists and turns, and we're not really getting that in here. I mean, you are somewhat. I don't know. I just think maybe like I missed the hype train for this, and my interest has kind of waned on it. But then we did go to a bookstore called Trident Bookstore. I didn't take any video, but it was my sister's like favorite bookstore cafe when she was in school here, and I've gone like 3 or 4 times. So this is the first time we went with Noah, and I got 2 books, and I was very excited to get them because I knew I was going to get books. I tried it. So I found Carmilla. This is the like introduction with Carmen Maria Machado, and I've heard that that's like a really good introduction, and I'm very excited to read it because I've been wanting to read Carmilla for a long time because it's like written before Dracula, and so it's like I think supposed to be like the first real vampire story, and I'm very excited. It sounds really kind of creepy and good and interesting. Yeah, it predates it by over a quarter century. So I want to read this, and I want to read Dracula, and just I'm in my vampire era. I've been really liking vampire-y things, so I'm excited to have that. And then this is going to be my read, I think, when we're in Cape Cod, because one, I saw Karen, my friend from Roving Reader. She read this, and I think she really enjoyed it, but I remember just her describing it, and it sounded like so fun to me. And she was reading it on the beach, and it's called Sandwich, and it's literally set in Cape Cod, which I did not know. I thought it was a beach read, and I wanted to read it for that, but I didn't realize it was set in Cape Cod. And honestly, I don't know much about it except for it's a family summer vacation full of secrets, lunch, and learning to let go. And I think it's really short. It's only, how many pages? Try not to see anything. Like 230-ish pages. So it's a very short read. I feel like I could read it like quickly in Cape Cod, and I'm very excited. Also, I did look up, there's so many bookstores in Cape Cod, and I'm so excited. And also, I think there's probably a bookstore in Salem, so I definitely will be going there. So yeah, I'm going to check out. What am I trying to say? I'm gonna go, and I will see you when I have another update for you. It might be a lot of B-roll, just because I'm gonna be excited and in the moment. And Noah says bye, as he's just in the background.
Bye.
A significant light, just where it was needed, gleamed in black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. A significant life, just what it was needed, clean in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody is losing.
Hello, good morning. It is, what's today? Monday
Tuesday the 24th.
it's Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tuesday the 24th. And we're in Cape Cod. We got in last night after going to Salem. Salem was so cool, but I should have planned more. And like most things, you need to like get a ticket ahead of time. So I want to come back one day and do it again. Oh, sorry for this lighting. And do it again, but actually like book things ahead of time, because we could have made a broom and that would have been really fun, but the classes were booked out, and then we could have done a walking tour, trolley tours, but things were already booked out. So we didn't get to see a ton of things like I wanted to, but I will definitely go back one day and do it again. And probably around this time was like a really good time because it wasn't too crowded. It was a bit touristy, but it wasn't like overwhelming. So there was that. I got a book. I think it's out in the living room because I was showing my mom, but it was like a tea witches guide, and so it was like different teas you can make for different things, and I just thought it was really fun and cute, and I like tea, so I think it'd be fun to like make some of them sometimes. And then we came back here and we settled into this Airbnb. My whole family's here now. And then I think today we might go maybe to the lighthouse, because today's one of like the sunny days, so I think we might go to the beaches and like the lighthouse and stuff and see, because they have a lot of different lighthouses. And then on one of the rainy days I'm gonna go do bookstores and stuff. But we don't have a ton of plans except for tomorrow. We're gonna go on a boat and see whale watching, because you can whale watch here, and I'm very excited for that. But as for books, I finished this morning because I was having a hard time sleeping, so I got up at like 5 a.m. and just finished it. And I don't know, I think 3 stars. It wasn't bad, and it's a very quick read, like very readable. The chapters are really short, so you like fly through it. It did take me a while to finish just because I was reading other things, but if I had sat down, I probably could have read this in 1 or 2 sittings. I think that I just kept wanting more because this book has been so hyped up. Just, you hear it, secret passages, elaborate riddles, billions at stake. Like, to me, it just sounds like this epic game where they're gonna have to figure out all these secrets and riddles, and there's secrets at the family. And yes and no. Like, every reveal was kind of like, I know this is a YA book, and obviously I'm an adult, so I'm not the target audience, but I think, I don't know, everything was just like okay. And like there was a cliffhanger at the end, and I thought maybe that would get me to like read on, and I don't think I will read on. I don't think I care too much about it. There's just a lot of predictable things in YA, you know, like there's like a little bit of a love triangle twists, but I think I could see most of them, if not all of them, coming. And I just think if I was a young teen, like I probably would have ate this up. But being the age I am now, I just don't think that it hit as hard as I wanted it to, which is a bummer because I've heard just such good things about it. But I think that if you really enjoy YA mystery, like I do think this could be a good one. It's just not as much for me. So 3 stars for me. And then this morning, I literally got 10 pages in, but I started Sandwich. I really want to go and take a picture in Sandwich with the book because I think that'd be really fun. And so far, we're just following a lady and her family as she's like going to Cape Cod. They like rent out the cottage every summer for a week, and they go and they just have a time. And it starts off the book with her and her husband trying to unclog the toilet because they overfilled it because it has like old and bad pipes. And then she like hits her head from falling, and now we're gonna have to figure out what's happening there. And it just seems like it's gonna be very readable. It's like even the conversation just within the first like chapter felt very real to conversations you would have with a loved one and with family. And so I think I'm gonna like it, but I'm again only 10 pages in, so I will give you more thoughts when I've read more. And I'll take you along today, show you what we're up to, and yeah, that's my plan.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger. Gasoline on hidden desires. So I'll throw another log on the fire. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Till all that's left is ash.
Good morning. Welcome to the same spot I left you in yesterday. I, as you saw, went to the couple beaches, and then we also just walked around and just explored a little bit to see what's around. And then this morning, we're actually going and leaving for whale watching. So we have to drive like 30 minutes and then get on a boat. Then it's like 3 or 4 hours on this boat looking for whales. So hopefully we see some whales. I'm very excited. And then I don't know what we have planned for the rest of the day, but the rest of the week is supposed to be a little bit overcast, and I think tomorrow is raining and possibly today. So I think that it was just going to be a chill week. We're probably not going to do a ton of craziness, but I do have some updates for you. For starters, I realized I never showed you this, but when we went to the Coop, it's like a Harvard bookstore, I did find the 3rd and 4th of this series, the Lady Trent memoir series. The Voyage of Basilisk is number 3, and then In the Labyrinth of Drakes is number 4. And I've been trying to find these on like Pango and Half Price and just regular, and they're never in stores. And so I thought, I'm not really big on buying books online, so I never picked these up. So I saw them there and I got them. And then we went to, I want to say 3, but I can only remember 2. It's called Yellow Umbrella Books, and I got The Angel of Vengeance. This is the 22nd Pendergast novel. It came out like a month ago, and I just love this series. It's one of those series that are just like kind of over the top and ridiculous. Like, it's a thriller, but also with like speculative elements in it, and it's just watching him get into shenanigans. I'm like, it's so unrealistic, but I love it. And this one, the last one, left on a wild cliffhanger, so I can't wait to see what happens in this one. So I saw that there, and I definitely was like, okay, I have to pick it up, because my goal has been to get books, but also to get books that I've genuinely been wanting to read, not just like get a book because I'm like, oh, we're at a cute independent bookstore and I want to get one. So that's been the whole theme. And then we went to another one called Brewster Bookstore, and I got Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. This is going to be Kayla's Literally Dead book club pick for the month of October. This and 2 other horror novellas. And so I saw this one there and I picked it up. Also, like, this cover is stunning. So this one, all I know is about a graveyard, and it's like a gothic horror and something about an ancient cemetery in college, and I think it's going to be this dark academia vibe, so I'm very excited for this. And that bookstore was really cute. It was like kind of off the road. You had good parking and stuff, and there was just like a lot to see in there that I really liked. And the Yellow Umbrella Books was really cute too. It had like a used bookstore feel, but then there was mostly new books and then a little section of used, and it was just like really cute. You could just walk in and it was like you're just surrounded by books, so I thought that was cool. But now I can't remember if we went to a third, because I don't know. I think maybe I just went to those 2 yesterday. But then I did make it to the 96 page mark in Sandwich. So this is told in different days. So like we start off on Saturday, then we go to Sunday, and then right now I'm reading for Wednesday, and it's just the events of the day. It's like really just a family vacation, and then a journey of this mom like going through menopause, and then also just reflecting on her time as a mom and how her family's views of like growing up and her husband's views of like taking care of kids are different than her perspective. And like, it's not always positive, but then there's a lot of good memories as well, and it's about like her on this trip kind of reliving a lot of that, and then also just a general like family vacation that I think is very reminiscent of a lot of family vacations, with the bickering and then the fun times and like just having a wonderful time. But then you're also surrounded by people all the time, and so like they're in this little tiny cottage, and they're all surrounded by each other all the time, so things can happen. And we're following just her perspective, but we get like her son and daughter, and then her son's girlfriend and her husband, and it's just like flashing back and forth between different times in her life and the present, and each day has like a new revelation. And it does say like until she can no longer hide secrets from the people she loves, like, so it makes it sound like it's going to be like more dramatic, but I don't really think it is. I think it's just her journey through her mental health and motherhood, and also menopause, and just like, I think just about women and motherhood in general. I don't think it's going to be like a twisty turny book, but I am enjoying it so far. I will say I don't know if it's going to be 5 stars. It feels more in the 4-star range at the moment. I wish there was something a little bit more tangible to like grasp onto. I think what I struggle sometimes with literary fiction is just like the mundaneness of it. It doesn't feel like we have like a super end goal. Like, I don't really know outside of a conversation about motherhood, like what we're supposed to be taking away, or what I guess I'm so used to like a main plot point that sometimes just something that's just about daily life feels a little bit less tangible to me. And it's also not something that I tend to gravitate towards reading, because I just enjoy, because I enjoy reading like fantasy and stuff. I like getting out of the real world a little bit, and still having conversations about the real world, but like in more fantastical sense. So some of this stuff I just find a little slower paced, and I wish like the character connection to other characters went deeper, because right now I feel like we're really in her head but I don't know. I just think I'm wanting a little bit more, and it could be because it's so short, but right now it feels like maybe a 4 star. So we'll see when I finish it. I think I'm gonna try to keep reading and maybe finish today. It really depends on the weather and like everything else we do, so I make no promises, but I think it's a perfect one for this vacation because it's set in Cape Cod, and also just like a really nice vacation book to like kind of laugh at while you're reading, because it's very reminiscent of a normal family vacation. So that's that. I will see you later after we've done whale watching and stuff.
All these dried up bones, look at that, are running wild on this old night. Sitting by the traffic lights, don't know. I don't know.
And just under the surface, I can see the green. They are 1 o'clock. And see those 2 whales. Now you get a good look at the 2. And notice the one that's closer to us is quite a bit smaller. So not only get 2 of the whales, but we have a little baby. Or they're already going to be 8 to 10 feet long and weigh a couple thousand pounds. He was born probably at least 8 months ago or so he's tacked on lots of weight since then.
Endless nights and candlelight, open wounds that just don't feel quite right. Hollow eyes and dried up cries, all will fade come daylight.
So I'm back home, and it's definitely been a little bit since, it's been 19-ish days since we got back from vacation. Everything went off the rails at the end because, one, we just had a lot of rainy weather, so we ended up staying inside, going to different places, but like a lot of going to bookstores, and I just was, having a fun time with family while we were all kind of cooped up. We did go out and like go to different shops and stuff, but it wasn't as much like, I don't know, adventure stuff like the whale watching that you just saw, which, by the way, was the most amazing experience I think I've ever had. That's been definitely like a bucket list thing. And oh my gosh, if you ever have a chance to see whales out in the ocean, like I'd highly recommend it. It was just the coolest thing. And like, I'm gonna sound like such a sap, but when we would see that baby and his mama come up, like, I wanted to cry. It was just so beautiful and so cool to see, like, nature and animals just doing their thing. And the boat was very respectful of the whales. We always kept like a very big distance from them. Like, you could tell they were close, but we did not get too close to them, and we weren't like able to do a lot of things that could harm them, like, littering, or there was like another boat that came up and we left to go to a different like place where another whale could be, because they didn't want to crowd them, because that can make it dangerous, because whales only like natural predator really is humans and like nature and stuff like weather, but they're just so big they don't have any natural like sea predators really, except for other whales, but that's a whole other thing. So we did that, and that was amazing. But then we just kind of went to a couple different bookstores, and I will show you film of that after this. But I did want to wrap up Sandwich, and then I did read one other book on the plane, so I thought I could talk about that after we do the B-roll. So I finished Sandwich while we were there, and I think in the end it feels like a 3-star book for me. There was a lot I really liked about it. I liked the vacation aspect. I liked having just it follow multiple days. I liked that formatting of it. And the conversations about motherhood and things were well done. I appreciated hearing about this mom's perspective, and I appreciated that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, because there is this idea that motherhood has to be like the most amazing time of your life, because if you admit it's hard, it's like you're admitting that you don't love your children, which is untrue, but somehow those things are tied. And so we kind of see the messiness of motherhood and how when her kids were young, it was really hard for her. And then also just, the patriarchy is a thing. And we also get to see, like the privilege that they have of being able to take this vacation to Cape Cod all the time. And we see like the acceptance of children who are in various stages of life. And there's queer rep in here, and I think that was well done. But there was also like pushing back on some, like the mom isn't always the most with the times, and so like seeing the daughter like push back on her for certain things was good. I think just what it lacked for me was I don't want to say a plot point, because the point of the book is to talk about motherhood, but I had said in my last clip that it just felt like I didn't know where we were going, and we just had a lot of like family conversations, and there were reveals and stuff, but I felt at all times disconnected, because I think you just don't get enough time with the characters and to truly get to know them, especially like our main character. Like, yeah, I got to know her, but not in like a fully deep way, it felt like. And then because we don't have like a very big plot, like if I'm not fully connecting with characters, I kind of need a plot to pull me forward. So I think that's why this is a 3-star, but it's like a fond 3-star. It's something that I will look back on with good memories, and it really felt like a family vacation in a lot of ways, and I really liked that because we grew up going to Lake Huron. My grandparents had a house up on Lake Huron. If you're from Michigan, you'll know. They were about right here. So we would go every year, and we would go to the beach, and we would spend weeks there at my grandparents', and my parents would come, and like we'd have our whole family there. And this just really reminded me of those days, and just corralling everyone to the beach, getting everyone to come up and eat lunch, or who wants what sandwich, like was a big conversation here, and just reminded me so much of those vacations. So it was really nostalgic for that reason. I think if you maybe are a big literary fiction reader, maybe give this one a shot. I'm not the biggest literary fiction reader, so if you like kind of just more conversations about life, I think that you could really enjoy this. Just not as much as I enjoyed it. No, what am I trying to say? I think you could enjoy it more than me. It just wasn't as much for me. I think that's what I was trying to say. So let's go see some bookstores, and then we'll come back here.
Oh, my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. No, my love, don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed. I'm lying, and I'm lying when I say I'm not.
So I think there was a bookstore we went to that was like a used bookstore, and we walked in and I was immediately overwhelmed. It had the smell of like old books, but also like kind of rotting books. Like I really like old books, and I really wanted to get one to take home. That's why we stopped there, but everything just smelled damp. If you've ever been in those kind of bookstores. And the lady was really nice and everything. I just was like a little weary of bringing that home because I didn't know, what was in it, mildew, mold, whatever. So I didn't get anything there, but it was fun to go. And then we ended up going to like a total of 6 bookstores, I want to say 10 bookstores from our time in Boston. I think it was 10 actually, between Boston and Cape Cod. And I still did not see all the bookstores there are to see in Cape Cod. There's like something like 20 something bookstores. So goal is to go back one day and go to all the bookstores, because you can literally do a book trail and ride your bike and go to all the bookstores. that doesn't sound amazing, I don't know what does. We did go though to next, I think, a place called Sea Howl Books, and this one was really like more modern. It was probably the most modern feel. Like it feels like something that I would find in like downtown Grand Rapids, which many of you might not know that what that is, but like there's just a very like industrial almost vibe to it, and just like they had a lot of new stuff. They were very diverse. I really liked it. So I picked up Percival Everett's The Trees, which I have a bookmarking because I'm actually currently reading this for a reading vlog that you will see. I picked this up because I had seen Kayla read it, and it's about like a mystery, like of people who keep dying, and there is like a body that looks like Emmett Till going from crime scene to crime scene and keeps like going missing. So they'll like take both bodies with them, and then the body that is the black man who looks like Emmett Till is always disappearing. And so there's like a mystery to that. We've got like the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and stuff trying to figure out what's going on. And it was something that I thought sounded really up my alley, so I picked it up while we were there. And then they also had Woodworm by Layla Martinez there. And this is translated from Spanish, and I don't know much about it except for this synopsis really gets me. It says, "The house breathes. The house holds bodies and secrets. The house is visited by ghosts, by angels that line the roof like insects, and by saints that burn the bed sheets with their halos." It's a horror, and if this cover isn't gorgeous, I don't know. I always say that. Like, I don't think every cover I buy is almost gorgeous. Well, I don't think this is the most gorgeous cover, but this is, for sure. I've been wanting to read more translated works, and also I've heard good reviews on it, so I always like a horror novella. This is only, how many pages? 149, 150, so very excited to get to this one. And then after that, we went to a different bookstore, and I can't remember the name of it right now. Oh, I had the thing in it. It's called Titcom's Bookshop, and this one's been around since the 60s. This was actually an East Sandwich, so we were in the city that this book was in. And I picked up The Night Guest by Hildur Kunstdottir. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. This is the other book. Well, there's one more that I don't have, but that is the book club pick for October for Kayla's book club. So I picked it up. I really don't know like anything about this except for it's also translated. And it's set in Reykjavik, and I think that there might be a serial killer or something. I don't know anything about it except for psychological horror. So we'll see if I like it. I took a risk with that one, but I wanted to be a part of book club, and I like horror novellas, so I thought it'd be a perfect time. And then the final one is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I picked this up because it was also a Kayla's book club book. I did not get to it in the time it was, and I'm realizing that I somehow put this book sleeve on upside down. I tried to read it. I got a little bit in, but it just feels like a summer book, and I was very in the fall vibes, so I did not finish it. But it's a mystery where a young girl went missing at summer camp, and then it's her brother went missing at this summer camp that her parents own, and then this is years later, and she is now at the summer camp, and she goes missing, and so we're gonna figure out what happened. We got multiple timelines. It's a mystery. It's a big mystery, but I've heard good reviews, so I picked that up as well. So in total, I got 10 books while we were out, and I don't regret it. I was very much going to buy all the books. That was my plan. I knew we were going to go to bookstores, and that's what I wanted for my birthday, so we did that. And then finally, on the way home, I read A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, and I gave this 5 stars. I read this like nearly in one sitting. I started it the last day we were there, and then I read it all on the plane, and I finished it when we were on the plane, and I loved it. It was written in letter format, which really worked for the story. It's about Constanta, who is Dracula's bride, and it's her version of the story, and leading up to her killing him. It literally opens with her writing a letter saying, "I'm going to explain to you why I had to kill you." And so you go back in time from her becoming a vampire all the way up until she does kill him and after. And I just think that it was such a atmospheric book. It definitely lives up to the Gothic name, and I really liked all the connections between the other characters. So this is a polyamorous relationship that forms, and Dracula has like other brides essentially, and you're following like them and this toxic relationship with Dracula, and he's never actually named as Dracula, which I think was a really cool choice. I know everyone has praised this book, and I'm on the hype train for it because I think that what it did, it just did so well, and it was perfect for like the spooky season, the vampire era that I'm in. I loved it, and it's definitely a go-to vampire book. If you like vampire books and you haven't tried this one, I really would give it a go because I think it's well worth your time. And it's such a quick read because it's in letters, but it packs so much into it and just really explores a toxic dynamic so well that this like slow build of control over her is something that I really appreciated how it was exploring it because it felt very true to that kind of experience. And something that I didn't know I needed to read to, I don't know, feel better, I guess. But it did. It was very healing to read in certain ways. So that's A Dowry of Blood. I will see you in the next vlog. I hope you enjoyed this little Cape Cod vlog. I had so much fun, and I had fun filming what I did. I am very much a live in the moment kind of person when I'm on vacation, so it's hard for me to always remember to film, but I did want to capture it, and I always like having it in memory on video, but then in the moment I forget to do it. So I hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.